Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super happy to have you here. We are going to dive right into your message today. I was meditating on your energy before I got here, and I felt such a tremendous sense of peace and well-being and calm. And, Pisces, I think you guys have been really working hard to heal, to get yourself to the place in life where you want to be. I think you've been, whatever it's been that you've been doing. And I think you are really coming to the place where you're going to see the results of this hard work. I'd like to start my reading by thanking those of you who are regular, who come here and support me and comment, like, share, subscribe, all of those things to help support the channel. Thank you so very much. I am sincerely grateful for all of your support and the relationships that we have fostered on this journey. And to all of those of you who are new, welcome, welcome. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Spirit, please show us, what does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know right now? What is in Pisces' highest and best interest to know right now? What does Pisces need to know? I do also encourage you all to use your own intuition when you are watching all tarot. If something is reaching out to you, but it's reaching out to you in a different way than it is, wow, holy moly, when it is reaching, then even I'm interpreting it, or I'm interpreting it and I'm getting close, but for you it's something specific. Always listen to those messages that you receive. And always listen to them above the reader, right? Because these messages are for you and we're reading them generally. Okay, so you have this energy of declutter first, and then you have question and teacher. And these cards came out in reverse, and I always flip around my oracle cards, but lately I've been getting a lot of messages to not do that, to leave them in reverse. There is meaning in that energy. And then you have ritual and you have movement. Pisces, I am so getting into this energy of there's almost this, it's like you have been working through some kind of chaos, confusion, things, ideas, thoughts, words, rumbling around in your mind, creating a little bit of, where you can't quite find clarity or you can't quite find peace. And then you have this question in reverse and teacher in reverse. And this teacher in reverse is screaming High Priestess energy to me. I mean, it is screaming. And so it's like there with this declutter energy and this question and teacher energy, the way the energy moves here, it's like there's always a lot of thoughts, or there's always a lot of mental noise, or there's always a lot maybe even going on in my life. And it's like I can't quite ever seem to feel like I have clarity, or like, things are at peace and things are at rest. It's kind of like, if you're looking at a lake and the lake is always very choppy and there's always wind, and that's stirring the mud and the silt and everything up from the bottom and the algae and everything. And it's like you can't really see your reflection clearly. You can't see to the bottom clearly. All you can kind of, it's just always like that, And then it's like you get this period where it's like you stop searching for the answer. You stop needing answers. You maybe even start going within, and you start giving yourself the space to just let the answers come to you. I just very strongly got the impression sometimes maybe you have a lot of people in your ear telling you what to think, how to believe, which way to go, how to do it. It's like controlling people. And with Pisces, it's like people don't recognize the wisdom of the energy of Pisces, oftentimes because they don't give it a chance. They don't, a Pisces isn't going to walk in the room assuming that they have the right answer. A Pisces is going to let all the people that need the stage have the stage, and they're going to sit and they're going to observe. And they're going, but what is happening through that energy of observation and through that energy of just letting everyone else be who they are and do their thing is is actually quite beautiful. It's almost like a sifting process where it's like then the Pisces who's kind of looking at it, and no insult to any other zodiac sign. I mean, I of course am not a Pisces, right? They have the wisdom of all the perspectives that they've taken in, and they have a tendency to look at things from a higher level perspective and then sort of zero in on the opportunity. But when they're perpetually being told, because Pisces is mutable, when you have like cardinal signs and fixed signs in your face going, you know what, Pisces, this is how you need to do it, or this is the right answer, or da 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 da. Sometimes it doesn't give you the space to sort of find your own bearings, get your own answer. And a lot of times these answers are maybe a facet or a small part of the answer, but it requires your kind of desire to see all the perspectives. Or maybe it's not even a desire, but the ability to kind of zero in on the highest and best, and that energy of trusting yourself. And so there's almost this energy of, instead of taking everything in and listening to everyone, and a lot of times people will come at Pisces with a lot of confidence that, oh yeah, well, I know better. Because that's just the true nature of a fixed sign and a cardinal sign. You know, it's like, you know, the cardinal sign is out about being out in front and, you know, being the pace setter and the trend setter. And the fixed sign is all about already knowing everything and not needing to be, you know, changed in any way. You know what I mean? So there's kind of this energy of like, you know, then you get a hold of a mutable sign and you're like, well, this is someone I can kind of move to get onto my side. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Pisces is best when they keep their own side. And actually everyone is best when Pisces keeps their own side. And it may be, Pisces, that you've really discovered this, or that you've really learned this, or that you have even a deeper trust of your own intuition, or even, you know, it kind of feels like at times, if you're listening to other people, you may sort of settle, or you may sort of, you know, kind of feel like, well, I'm never quite sure what the potential could have been if I would have given that more time to sort of develop, or if I would have listened to myself versus listening to someone else. And there's just a lot of noise around this kind of energy here. And it seems like you're sifting it all out, or you have sifted it all out, and you're sort of starting to really come into yourself here. Then you have this gorgeous energy of ritual. And the way this energy is coming across to me is creating this space for yourself here. You see all this noise and chaos in this like kind of yellowy green color, and then there's like this wall here which is, I feel like it's a boundary, okay? And then here is that gorgeous blue circle of the High Priestess kind of energy. And even if you look more deeply within this, you can see this brick kind of pattern here in pink, and then there's almost this tire tread. And it's giving me this energy of always remembering this higher level wisdom gained from having really listened to this, maybe having porous boundaries or weak boundaries, kind of letting other people sort of, you know, take charge or take control or see what happens if they get their way. And it's sort of this understanding of knowing this actually helps you trust yourself and actually helps you understand the importance of this boundary here that you've created. And so with this ritual, what are rituals, right? When I think in terms of rituals, I live a very heavily ritualistic life. I have to. I'm almost all air in my chart. If I don't, I would just go wherever the wind blew me, whenever it blew me there, you know? So I have I live my life, especially my mornings and my evenings, with a very intense ritual. You know, I wake up, I do my morning prayers, before my feet even hit the floor. I will, most of the time, I will read. because I've added reading to my ritual. It's something that I felt called to do, and I had to figure out a way to fit it in, and that was the way that I fit it in, because I procrastinated and I put it off so much that anything that I move to that spot, the very next thing that I do after my morning prayers is that is kind of a focal point for me. And it changes, but it stays the same for probably a year or two. And then, you know, I get up, I've created this routine, this ritual for myself, you know, and I meditate, I do yoga, I will, you know, shower, do whatever I need to do. I feed my dog, I make a smoothie, I make my morning tea. I, you know, sit with that, you know what I mean? And I come to the table and I try and I do your readings. And, you know, sometimes like yesterday, there was a hurricane that sort of superseded that energy where I had to kind of change it all up, which is fine. But for the most part, like 98% of the time, I'm living in my ritual. And, you know, and then I have my evening ritual. And what that does is it creates a protected space around my energy. It creates a space that I have carved out for myself where I'm committed to just be myself and to be with myself and to contribute to my own healthiness and my own well-being and my own sense that I am living a sacred life, you know, and that I am trying to honor the gift and the miracle that I've been given. And when you start by creating this space of ritual for yourself that you hold a boundary on, it becomes so much easier for you to hold a boundary. If my phone rings when I'm doing any of those things, I don't answer it. I don't even look at it. That isn't something that is going to interrupt that time. Even if it were some kind of I don't want to say if it was an emergency or something. I am very fortunate. My husband, my kids would never call me with their emergency. They would always call my husband. And my rituals don't take an awfully long time. And that's the thing you discover is a lot of things in life, you know, like I would always be like, oh, I just don't have time to read. Where am I going to fit it into my day? But when I put it there, I have time to read every day. I read every day, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like keeping the promises that we make to ourselves and saying, you know, I am committed to myself. I am, you know, and when I am committed to myself and when I am living this ritual and when I am holding boundaries, when I am protecting my space, because throughout that entire process, answers come to me. You know, I am filling my cup so that, you know, if my child, God forbid, were to call me and need me for some reason, I would be able to fully show up for them and be fully present for them because I've already taken care of myself. You know, there's an element of ritual that creates space for you and just you in your own life. And it sort of cements the you-ness with you, you know what I mean? So that when things happen, you know, you are closer to your own pillar of consciousness. You are closer to those answers that really resonate with you because your tuning fork is in tune. I don't know how to say it, but I feel like that's your message here, Pisces, and you have this movement, which means things are changing. Things are showing up in your real life here. There are opportunities, and there's opportunities for an awful lot of happiness here. There's almost like two suns in this movement card. And it's telling me that this movement, you can enjoy it, you can relax in it, you can kind of let the movement sort of take you as long as you have created this space for yourself and you're in tune with yourself and you're not, this noise, it's almost like pollution, isn't able to get to you, isn't able to distract you, isn't able to kind of get you off the course of this movement, the flow. All right, so very interesting. I don't use these cards often, and I was super guided to them today, so interesting. Especially if you've experienced trauma. It is so important to keep the promises that we make to ourselves. If we want to improve our life, if we want to experience more peace, if we want to be generally more serene, we want to have a better connection to our intuition, if we want, any of those things, if those are things that you're finding yourself like yearning for, or like to read more, or to take a hot bath I take hot bath every night. Every single night I take a bath. It's just something I do for myself. Oh yeah, see, I knew this was happening. Oh my God. Okay. You got to honor the promises that you make to yourself. It's one of the most, because that's you showing up for yourself, and that's you saying, it changes everything. Because once you start showing up for yourself, if people don't show up for you, you don't tolerate it. You don't deal with it. You don't settle. You don't let other people's needs or chaos or toxin spew into your life. You don't prioritize someone else's emergency over your own well-being and peace of mind. You just don't. You have a boundary with the world, where the world even understands that you are your own first priority, and then the world starts treating you like a priority. It's a very important balance. So Pisces, you have the gentleman here, and you have the snake here. And I literally, I could almost see it, that you were going to get a person as the person, okay, as your card, is what I mean. I'm getting a couple of things here, Pisces. The first thing I'm getting from this energy is, you see how, like, all of this card, I don't want to say that it's in shadow. There are definitely a few, there's like an energy of light, but the light is coming from over here. And this person is looking towards the light. And there is a sense that things are very clear to this person. This person is not in a rush. I can see the chain of the pocket watch, but this person's not looking at it. This person isn't defined by what time is it, where am I going, how I need to get there very quickly, or I'm not where I'm supposed to be kind of energy. This person is calm. This person is taking their time. This person is obviously also going through the process of taking very good care of themselves. They are getting themselves whatever they need. They look very nice. Everything about them looks very cared for. And that feels important to me. And all around this person, there's the energy of these blossoming trees. And this river. There's just this feeling of there's more than enough. There is more than enough abundance everywhere in the whole world for everyone. I am not competing. I am on my own journey. I am not being kind of so heavily influenced by things around me or outside of me that it's putting me off track. Okay, and from that, I'm getting your perspective. Okay, so I feel like if you're not here yet, you're coming to this place, all right, where it's like there's just doesn't feel like there's a lot of worry or concern. It just feels like, yes, I can trust that everything is coming towards me as long as I am taking care of myself, as long as I am, just staying on my own path and my own track here. And then I get the feeling of, for a lot of you, this can be someone coming towards you, okay? And it can be, I'm going to clarify it, okay? So then you have the snake card. And this snake card is, I do just want to say that something that I'm getting from this card as far as someone approaching you is they are someone who will take action, because we're dealing with a gentleman. That also, the thing that I'm getting is a strong emphasis on like analysis, logic, kind of like a King of Swords type energy, but like not in the way of like I'm cut off from my heart or whatever. It's just in a very like I'm very logical. I kind of know what I'm looking for. There is almost like an observant kind of energy about it, but it's someone that makes sense. All right, then you have this snake, and the snake, Pisces, it's a 7, and it's giving me this energy of people who see good things happening to you, or people who see you getting noticed by other people. It's also people who see that you are in this space where it's kind of almost like they can't really get to you. Because you are not concerned with them, and your attention is on what good may come, or what good you're moving toward, and what good is all around you. And your vibration, it almost feels like, is so high that this isn't a vibrational match for you. So it's like you're not entertaining it, but it doesn't mean that it isn't there or that it's gone away. It's like, I don't know. This energy may also have something to do with this declutter energy. It may be people from your past. It could even be family members. It could also be an energy that is like that energy. And it may even be here to sort of remind yourself the importance of this energy over here. But let me clarify this gentleman, okay? I got these cards. I don't know, I just listen to my intuition, and I don't try not to think when I'm getting the cards. What can you tell us about this gentleman for Pisces, please, Spirit? What can you tell us about the gentleman for Pisces? This is giving me this, oh yeah. Okay, Pisces. I did get, when I was meditating, that especially for those of you who I feel like have been struggling with money, or have had kind of a difficult journey or path with money, I do feel the sense that things are easing up. I feel a sense of peace, or like there's even space in your mind for things other than like, how am I going to pay my bills? It's like that space becomes free for other things. So I do feel there is something here, but I do feel like all of it really stems from the choice to take care of yourself and prioritize yourself over everything else. And I do get that with this protection energy. I also get, though, with this protection, endings, and divine intervention energy, anything that ends here, any friendships, any relationships, any endings that you experience at this time, it is a gift. It is divine intervention. It is something that is happening for you, not to you. And you have wishes, you have dreams, you have things that you have not yet achieved, acquired, done, been, seen, whatever. And in order for you to welcome these things into your life, you have to make space. You have to let go of something. And with this mystery and this loyalty and this snake and this declutter energy, there's almost this energy of kind of wondering if you should give someone the benefit of the doubt, like over the course of a long period of time. It's like, is this person kind of putting fear in my mind or in my heart because they want to protect me out of love? Or is this person putting fear in my heart because they want to keep me down, because they don't want me to succeed? There's like people possibly in your life that you were like questioning their motives, and I almost feel as though there's like a part of your intuition that knew all along, but they were so loud, you know, I love you. I just want you to be careful. I just don't want you to take this risk. I just, you know, I'm glad that you have a dream or that you have something that you're hoping for, but the world is a dangerous and scary place, or this could go wrong, or that could go wrong. And it sort of snuffed your flame out every time, because you're a mutable sign. You're very susceptible to other people's energy and other people's thoughts. And there's this thing with this mystery and loyalty where it feels like it's getting revealed to you, you know, who really was a jealous energy, or was kind of a snake in disguise, or a wolf in sheep's clothing in your life, and who is really loyal to you and really does love you and is really going to be there with you to celebrate your wins as some of your wishes really do come true. You have this shooting star, and it feels like you have some really beautiful things coming into your life, some really beautiful opportunities with this movement card, this wish card, and this finances card. In this finances card, that jar is spilling over and money is just falling out. It's like your cup runs over. It's an overabundance. Yeah, you're going through a change. Underneath that, you have communicate. So it can be that someone's reaching out to communicate with you. It could be even that you're going to be able to see very, very clearly whether someone really wanted you to succeed, or was really in it warning you, or playing that role in your life because they out of love and care and concern, or out of, I want to kind of keep you down. For Pisces, please, Spirit. Man, you guys, you have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, and this card came upright, like face up. The Three of Wands, and it says development and opportunity. So, guys, there's something really great happening here. Oh, my Lord. You have the Sun. I love these cards. The round is kind of tricky, but also fabulous. Guys, like, there's a clarity that is coming. There is, this is like, okay, there are things changing, and it feels like they're changing for your benefit. It feels like you are choosing your own happiness. You are choosing positivity. You are choosing abundance. You are choosing clarity over even connection. Your choices are made from a space of healing and clarity with the Sun and the Two of Wands. It's like there is this point, and look at this, you guys. Look at this freaking... See how there's two circles here? And see how there's two circles here? And I said to you, I feel like there's two suns here. And you have the Sun, and then you have these two circles on the horizon. This may be where you may have a particular thing in mind for yourself with your career, and you may have something particular in mind for yourself in love. And these things are actually coming into alignment with each other and your life and your energy and your vibration. And it's like the clarity that you're getting by sort of tuning out a lot of noise and creating this space for yourself is really taking you in a place where when these opportunities present itself and when choices come up, it's like you're so laser focused, like with this gentleman, on these suns that are what you're trying to move toward, that it's very clear to you what choices to make. I'm also getting energy of the middle road, okay? Like going between things, like not taking extreme paths here. And then you have this Three of Wands, which is the development from the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands. And it's like, as you are, and you see with the Two of Wands, it's setting independence. I'm getting that super strongly. This is like listening to yourself above all others and creating a sacred space to like honor the sacredness of your life and your own vision and your own understanding and your own observations and all of this juicy, beautiful wisdom that you have, that you already possess, Pisces. And it's like, it's definitely leading you somewhere, okay? And it's leading you somewhere good. And there is progress being made. And it is not just that, you know, that you're making progress. It is also that the universe has your back. That like the universe is, you know, things are lining up. Things are coming together. The stars are aligning for you, Pisces. That is definitely the strong energy. I don't know if this is like post-eclipse energy again or what, but like I said, when I was meditating on your energy, I was like, wow, it is smooth sailing. Like this, you can be calm. This is like a space where anything that falls away, it's not a disruption. It's not a loss. It's simply life making space for new abundance to come into your life. It's, you know, if there's grief, it's that, you know, as with all things that end, it's over, you know, but I don't think there's a lot of grief around it even. It's almost as if you're waking up from this period of time where it's like you felt like you couldn't necessarily see a clear path or a clear answer. And now it's like things are really aligning and doors are opening and windows are opening and things are sort of, you know, you have choices to make, but you're able to do it from a space of absolute clarity. Let me just clarify. Let me clarify the clarity. Oh my God, Pisces. It's like you have two suns. Two suns, two suns. What is the sun but a freaking star? There it is. You are the captain of your own ship here, Pisces. You are sitting in the captain's seat. You are able to make these decisions for yourself based on your wish fulfillment and things lining up for you. Amazing. Wow, yes. Okay. You're not chasing this. You're not forcing it. You're not making it happen. This is one of those moments in life where it is just sort of a target-rich environment. You know what I mean? The Three of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, you know, you may have planted a lot of seeds. It may feel like this harvest never thought it was going to come, or, you know, you were really beginning to wonder if it ever would. With the Three of Wands, there's an energy of patience and waiting for the ships to come in, right? And with the Seven of Pentacles, that feeling is multiplied, right? But with the Three of Wands, it's like you can see the ships coming in. And with the Seven of Pentacles here, you can see there is growth, there is progress, something is happening. It's only a matter of time before this abundance really springs into life. With the Queen and both of these energies, there is no, I'm not chasing it, I'm not forcing it, I'm not trying to make things happen. I'm just sort of sitting here in my abundance, you know, feeling the sense of gratitude for what I already possess and what I already have and who I am and what I'm about, and I'm recognizing it. And even if I am sitting all by myself, I am sitting in gratitude. I am sitting in a space of like, yeah, but I get to be me. But, you know, there's a certain abundance that just comes with this knowledge, with this understanding, and with valuing my life and my time as a sacred space, as a miracle, as something that deserves daily ritual. Some stuff is changing. Some stars are aligning. Two suns. I just keep getting that. Two suns. Holy mackerel. You have the Empress on the bottom of the deck. And then again, falling up, you know, face up, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Star and the freaking Lovers with the Empress on the bottom of the deck. Pisces, you cannot make this stuff up. You just can't. You know, the Lovers is echoing this energy of the Two of Wands in the form of choice. And everything starts within us with the choices that we make in our lives. Everything starts there. And everything is a choice. And all of our choices reflect how we feel. Are we living in a space of fear where our choices are like, oh man, I don't want to suffer. I better make this choice so that I stay safe, you know? Or are we living in this life of, you know, man, it's a miracle. And man, you know, I feel so lucky. I feel so fortunate. And, you know, things are working out for me all the time, or, you know, I feel lucky for this one thing, or for that I have this one characteristic, or that, you know, start however small you start, but like the choice to love ourselves and the choice to put ourselves first and the choice to choose our own dreams and our own wish fulfillment and to kind of live our lives as if we know that what we're wishing for is our fate, or is out there for us. That choice to live like that brings you into alignment and harmony with your wishes. The Lovers card says alignment and harmony, and it is that energy of 6. So it's like all of the choices that you're making are reflecting the clarity you have about what you wish for, what you're desiring, where you want to go, what kind of life you want to create, and what you believe kind of already belongs to you. And all you're doing is simply making the choice to align with it by choosing love and by choosing the love of yourself. With the 3 of Wands, you know, and the 10 of Pentacles and the Star card, it is kind of like that choice, those choices are the foundation, right? And because we go from, you know, like the 2 of Wands to the 3 of Wands. So the choice point is the foundation for all of this stuff coming in. This Pisces, this is the moment in your life to be very, very clear with the universe. Like, this is what I want, you know, this is where I'm going. And think about it. Don't just answer it. The example it's giving me is, I want a milkshake. Okay, here's your milkshake. Now you gained 5 pounds. Like, really, really be mindful about what you're asking for. I had a client the other day who I don't think will mind me sharing this message with you, but she has a lot of stuff and she was wanting to get rid of it, and she was kind of manifesting, you know, having kind of a decluttered life, and then she got robbed. And she was like, I'm going to be very careful and very specific now about how I manifest. And that is coming through here in this message, even though the way it's coming through to me is like, I want a milkshake, and then it's like, yeah, but then you gain 5 pounds. So it's like, be careful what you're wishing for. But it's not necessarily a cautionary tale. It's a tale of spending the time to really evaluate, you know, when you're making wishes, like you have an unlimited genie lamp and you're like, yeah, I want a milkshake, I want a new car, I want a new house, I want this, I want that. You know, every energy that we put out has a repercussion, right? And sometimes those repercussions are, you know, like even better, right? But then sometimes those repercussions are not, right? And so it is like, before we just go ordering up every little thing that we think we want and sort of treating it in that way, there's almost this sense of maybe even creating a ritual around it. But we do have that new moon eclipse coming up in Libra in like a week, I think. It was October 2nd. I have no idea what day it is. It's like Hurricane Day. Is tomorrow. But the thing is what I'm trying to tell you is, if you really sit with yourself and then you ask yourself, okay, like, I use this example all the time, but I'm ordering up a specific person. I want this person to come back into my life. And so we're manifesting it, we're manifesting it, we're manifesting it, we're asking for it, but we're not thinking about what that really means, right? Or we say, we put a little caveat on there like, and I want them to be in an energy where they're ready to commit and they're ready to actually show up. Well, you can manifest someone back into your life, but you can't manifest what energy they're in. That's them. That's their thing. You don't get to, we're not in control of other people. I don't know, there's all kinds of schools of thought. There is the law of assumption, and there are people that teach it in the way of like, no, you can do that. So I don't want to tell you anything is impossible. I'm not here to limit your choices. I'm definitely here to expand them. But you got to think, if you were with someone and it left you brokenhearted, or it left you in pieces, and it left you in a place where all you can think is that you want that person back. Do you really want that person back? Because it's very likely that the same thing will happen again, even if they come back. And do you want to go through that again? And so it's one of those things where it's like, maybe what you really want is what you wanted before you met that person. Like maybe what you want is a reciprocal relationship where someone honors and respects you, where someone shows up for you, where you're not alone, and you're not alone, and someone is steady and stable and solid in your life. And I'm even getting the energy of like writing this stuff down. So it is about being very mindful and really, really thinking, not just thinking you have unlimited rubs on a genie lamp, and it is about being specific in a general way, and it is also in the acknowledgement that sometimes the universe does know better than we do. It's even the acknowledgement of, from my limited human perspective, what I think I want is this, but this is how I want to feel. This is what I want to feel at peace. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel, like this and like that. And so universe, if there is some way that is in alignment with my soul contract or what is meant for me in this life to bring this about, please guide me in that direction. Please help me reach that. Please help me find that path, because definitely you're getting harmony on this card of the star card. It says harmony. So your frequency is leveling out with the frequency of this is the star card, your wishes, your dreams. This is the second star card, and you have the sun card. And when you have the sun card and the star card in the same reading, that is very, very, very fortuitous. It's a very good, it usually means that there's a lot of really good energy coming your way, Pisces. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is, we don't wake up one day and just have everything we ever wanted. It is the accumulation of a lot of work, of day in and day out, putting in the effort. And it is in, making those choices day in and day out to invest in ourselves and to invest in our dreams and to invest in kind of living our best life, or moving in that direction and making choices that reflect that. And with the Empress here, this is all about manifestation. This is all about understanding and believing the truth of the universe is that there is more than enough. Remember, this gentleman is standing here next to this river that's teeming with life, right? And these hills that are covered in flowering trees. Like, there is more than enough for everyone. There is more than enough for you in this world. Of course, it's so funny, you say that. And the Five of Pentacles comes out. This is interesting. Okay. So, wow, there is, we're clarifying the Lovers here, and you have the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. And, God, everything in this world is two-sided, right? And it's like, if you are always giving your love unconditionally to people who don't return it, so it's always sort of a net loss, like you're investing, you're giving, you're offering unconditional love, you're offering the very best thing that you have to offer, and then you're always being left out in the cold, then you can sort of start to look at your gift as a curse, right? Why do I have to be unconditionally loving? Why can't I just be one of those people who can just move superficially from relationship to relationship? Why do I have to care so goddamn much? Why do I always have to feel the loss while other people, you know, leave me and go off and do other things, right? This is about a restoration of, no, my gift is my gift. My gift is amazing. And my gift has a tremendous amount of value, and it is mine to do with what I want. And the fact that I have ever been able to give unconditional love to anyone means that I am capable of unconditional love. And holy crap, you know how many people are walking around this world that don't know how to receive it, that don't know how to give it, that are all blocked up and blocked off? And I can just hear a resounding yes from all of you. Yes, you have all experienced that. You have all met someone and tried to love them that was incapable of receiving what you were giving. That doesn't mean that what you were giving didn't have value or wasn't even possibly the most valuable thing in the universe. Because it is, in my belief system, unconditional love is the most valuable thing in the universe. It is because you were dealing with someone who could not open up to receive it, who couldn't understand the value of it, who wasn't capable of it themselves. That's not a reflection of you or what you were trying to give them, or that what you were trying to give them is a curse rather than a blessing. That is a reflection that that person is wounded and healed, and that person really feels like this on the inside, where this is you, you know, and that, you know, you cannot save the world. You cannot save anyone. You know, those people have to make that choice for themselves. But with the choices that you have, you are going to choose love. And you know that you're capable of it because you have done it, because you have tried and you have felt what it is to try and to give it to someone who can't receive it. Imagine what happens when you are able to give it to someone who can. Holy moly, what will happen? I called it the stun. That's so funny. I was trying to say the sun and the stars, you know, the suns align. You know, that is a really big and powerful experience, right? And it is one that is highly transformative. And the fact that you already have the power, you already have the magic within you, Pisces, as the Queen of Cups. You just need to find someone that can match you. You don't have to figure out how to be unconditionally loving. You already know how. So now all you have, you're a trillion steps closer than the majority of the planet, right? If you know you can give this because you have, and you know, that's the win. The win is you're capable of it. You can plug in that way with another person, which means that you can experience emotional contentment if you can find someone. And the thing is, with all this queen energy, you're not out looking. You're not out forcing anything. You're simply waiting. It's not even waiting. It's like you're just focused on yourself, doing you, being the vibration of love, being the honor of the sacred life that you live, that has you capable of being unconditional love, that brings love in. And here it comes, charging in, Pisces. Oh, something happened yesterday where I realized this is a card of Leo, the Six of Wands. And yesterday something happened. Oh, I was doing I do these little short videos now. I'm loving it. And some sign yesterday on my All Signs channel got the sun and the moon. And I realized that's Pisces and Leo energy. So anyway, Leo comes out a lot in your readings. Maybe some of you have Leo in your energy, but I don't know why that just seemed so important to me yesterday. But here you have, you know, a champion writing in, someone who is also looking for success and victory after a long battle. You know, someone who's serious with the wreath on their stick, someone who is looking for a long time committed partner. This is the Smith Waite deck, and so in this deck there's just these cards that are art of Smith, of Patricia Coleman Smith or Pamela Coleman Smith. I'm feeling so bad that I can't think of her name at this exact moment, but she's a legend and iconic. There's this older woman with these kids playing all around her. And it just, you know, this journey has to begin somewhere. This woman didn't begin here in this space, right? And you can see, do you see this one little girl who's curled up on her, just loving her? You know, this is something that happens over time. It's a day in and day out energy. And, you know, when you are a loving person, you know, people don't remember what you said or what you did, but they do remember how you made them feel. And what a gorgeous gift that when people come into contact with you, they remember how you made them feel, even if they were not available to accept it, even if they were not, you know, I guess the word is appreciative of what you were offering them. They will always remember that about you. And with these 10 rings, it keeps giving me this like day in and day out energy, and that it actually does matter, and it actually does accumulate, and it actually does add up here. And on the bottom, you have the King of Cups, which, you know, is that person that you're looking for, or is that person that you're waiting for or kind of expecting here, Pisces. Oh my gosh. How funny. There's the High Priestess. You are getting the Strength card after we're sitting here talking about Leo. Sorry, so many messages just hit me all at the same time. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse with the Four of Cups upright. And this is, you know, for some reason, this is coming through very strongly. So, you know, there are definitely times in your life, Pisces, where you've been disappointed, where you've been let down, where you felt rejected, where you felt that, you know, it might be easier to be someone else, or it might be easier to have some other energy or whatever. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, there is this energy of letting those thoughts go. And especially because those thoughts are, you know, they're not a benefit. They're something that has the potential and capacity to sort of keep you trapped or locked into this energy of disappointment, which, you know, you don't want to keep repeating that cycle. You don't want to keep experiencing that. And with the Strength card here, it's telling you there's no need for it. You are stronger than that. You are wiser than that. You are capable of validating yourself. And with the High Priestess here, it's saying stay attuned to the highest and best, rather than this kind of distractive, icky energy, okay? It's like, stay attuned to what you aspire for, your highest sense of yourself, rather than any kind of low vibrational energy. It's like, remember who you are at all times. And honor that, and things change, man. The Strength card is also, for me, well, for everyone, but I mean, for me especially, I always feel like this is that soulmate. This is that when you think of it in terms, I think it's in the Light Seers deck, where it's literally like a half girl, half lion face. We all have really super positive, beautiful points, right? And then we all have that like person we are when we're hangry. I saw this woman was wearing a t-shirt the other day, and it said, always remember to be the person your dog thinks you are. And I died. I was like, that's the best t-shirt I've ever seen. And, you know, to be completely loved, to be loved unconditionally, is to be loved for the part of you that is in the highest light, you know, that highest expression of yourself. But it is also the acceptance of the parts of us that aren't so pretty, or the parts of us that can be more challenging or difficult. That's why love is absolute freedom. Because true love, unconditional love, allows us to be free to be who we are exactly without fear. And there is something here where, you know, when other people don't understand us, or when other people are not capable of accepting us, or when other people are actually jealous of us, or whatever, you know, they project onto us that who we are isn't enough, or who we are isn't okay, or that there's a better way to be, or that, you know, the way we do things, or the way we see things, or what we expect from others, or whatever, isn't right or good. And, you know, no one knows more about life than you do. No one knows more about your life than you do. There's a reason that you're wired the way that you're wired. Like, there is. And when you find that person who is capable of not only receiving the unconditional love that you're offering, but in reciprocating it to you and giving it to you, that feeling of being loved, for better, for worse, you know, for, you know, for the good and the challenging. Because no matter what, like, I don't want to say, yeah, there's good and bad, or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, we are different people. And, you know, there are parts of us that are challenging, even to someone who loves us, you know, even to someone who's like looking to be like, okay, I can overlook that, or, you know, okay, that's just you being you, or whatever. There are parts of us that are more challenging than others. And that's never not going to be there. You know what I mean? Well, at least I haven't experienced it. I've been married 28 years, and, you know, there are things that my husband does that make me crazy, and there are things that I do that make him crazy, but our love supersedes all of those things for each other. And that's never going to not be there. So you have to be more committed to the love than you are to, like, the, well, that bugs me, you know what I mean? Like, part, you know? And a King of Cups, you know, someone who's in that energy that we just saw. That's someone who's going to choose. That's someone who's going to be still and even and prioritize love over everything else, for freak's sake. 2 aces coming up, the star, two star cards, the sun. There's a lot of really beautiful energy coming your way. Some kind of new beginning is coming in. In order to make room for this, there are things in your life that have either recently ended or will be ending. This is not something for you to it doesn't really feel like a loss. It just really feels like, yeah, that time had run its course, and now we're letting it go to make space for these new things that want to come in. You do have the 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which it's kind of Pisces, just giving me this sense with the 4 of Cups and the 8 of Swords and this 5 of Swords. You know, these feelings run deep, right? When we've been disappointed in life, or when we've tried and tried and life keeps disappointing us, or, you know, isn't ever really rising up to meet our occasion or what we're hoping for. It just doesn't completely show up, or it shows part way up, or whatever. You know, but it's like we're always kind of left disappointed. These limitations are not limitations that are set in stone. These are limitations that happened typically for a reason. Like, it wasn't the moment, it wasn't the time, it wasn't the energy, it wasn't the space. There was a different priority in that time than you getting what you wanted in that moment. You know, it was like, maybe it was about someone else, or maybe it was about something else, or maybe, you know, it's important to wait, or it's important to be here before this happens. Or, you know, I say this all the time, but it's like, you know, maybe all your friends were falling in love and having boyfriends or girlfriends and getting married at a certain time, and you weren't. But maybe the plan for your life was that you were going to go to school and win a Nobel Peace Prize, or find a cure for cancer, or whatever. You know, like, maybe that just wasn't the plan for you ever. You know, maybe that time period was for something else, and maybe that time period was actually preparing you for this. You know what I mean? Maybe if you hadn't have experienced those disappointments, you wouldn't know how to be humble in the abundance that is coming your way. You know, there is this energy of preparation, you know, that kind of happens sometimes. Like, life is an ebb and a flow. It's a cycle. It's sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes things are going your way, and sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's hard and it's challenging, and doors keep getting slammed in your face, and things just don't quite work out, and they sort of show up but not really, or it's kind of like a mirage, and you're working toward it, but it just isn't really there, and it doesn't ever really materialize, and you're like, why? What was the purpose of that? And it is sort of saying, don't let these thoughts of every time you were defeated, or every time life let you down, get you into a mental place where you're afraid to hope. Because you have suns on the horizon, multiple suns on the horizon, and you have stars that are out there saying, yes, Pisces, you know, your wish may not have been fulfilled that day, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't there, or that it's not there. You know, those stars are there. They're shining day in, day out. And sometimes there's that quote that is like, you know, when you can't see the light, sometimes you are the light. And sometimes, you know, you're becoming the light, you know, and that is the energy that's needed for you to harmonize and align with this moment where things really do work out. And so don't let your mind get the better of you. You know, always acquiesce to that high priestess in you. Always acquiesce to the highest and best. Because you are getting clarity on a lot of things, and you are, with the Strength card being clarified by the Ace of Swords, this is really giving me, like, everything has happened for a reason. And sometimes when things, you are going through a challenging time, and what you may not even realize is that, yeah, maybe you're climbing Mount Everest, but then you get to the top of the mountain and you look out and it's all so clear. You understand why everything happened the way that it did. It had to, for you to get to that pinnacle. And that's what it feels like. You can even see in this particular Strength card how, you know, her arms are up, reaching up to the ethers, and there is this sense of really of accomplishment, of having overcome things. And it's like, sometimes you have to learn to love those hangry, shadowy parts of yourself, and the only way to do that is to face them through disappointment and through, you know, our dealing with our own sense of defeat within our own mental body, before you start to realize, wait, you know, I don't have to think like this. I don't have to let this define me. You know, I have the choice to say, you know, I don't care what the world tells me. I don't care what the world says. Like, I can validate myself. I can find success and victory for myself within myself. And once you do that, it's like, boom, the opportunity to have what you have always been desiring appears. And that's what it feels like is happening here, Pisces. And it feels like it's in multiple facets of your life. So let me get you a hidden truth here. Some messages. If you're dealing with a water sign, Pisces, you're getting self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. I miss being with you. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. In abundance, you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. That's definitely the energy that I got when I was meditating on your energy this morning. Wow. Okay. These three flipped around and stayed in the deck, so I'm going to read them together. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. You were the best thing in my life. Your intellect arouses me, all right? Fine. This is a fire sign, okay? And then these all fell out. So find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. You've learned the spiritual lesson. We both know I'm not the one for you. I saved your texts and messages. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you are getting... Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thought. I wish we could go back. You inspire me. I watch your social media. If you are dealing with an air sign, you're getting this friendship is leading to more. Children are important to this partnership. This love is emotional and physical and unconditional. Ooh, I love it. And I hide my feelings. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you today. Man, this energy is amazing. I honestly, I feel, you know, really at peace, just in your energy and with what's coming and with where you're going. And I hope this was a valuable reading for you. And if it was, please let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I love to hear from you guys. Until next time, man, everybody stay safe out there. And to all my fellow Floridians, mwah, I hope that you're all getting prepared and are prepared. And I will definitely be praying for all of you. Until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.